I'm Amber Uper, and this is another episode of Mini Lathe Amateur. Now I'm going to have to taper this up here to act as a guide so that the spring goes on to here a little more easily, so I'm going to have to do that. It's always a pain to set this thing up for a taper cut, but let's get her done. I gotta crank this way back until I exposed a little. Oh, let's do this first, it'll be easier. There we go. Now you can see those two, or maybe not, but there's two set screws in there that I have to loosen up so that I can change the angle of the slide here. And that's the wrong one. Okay, so here's the right one, I think. Okay. So you got to loosen this one, loosen this one, alright, they're both loose. Now I have to set an angle on here, and I'm just going to set an arbitrary angle of about 10 degrees, because why not? I have to put this in place. Now when you do this, you don't want to screw this any further back than necessary to get to that, because you go much further back, you run right off the end of the screws on this thing. You can see how it's kind of wobbly there. Alright, now I have to find my bit. We'll put that on there. Then I gotta go up here. I have to decide where I want to start that taper. And let's see. Since we've been using this for our guide, let's just continue. So I want to start the taper right about where that tool is set right now. Let's see, yeah. Right about there. Okay, so I'll set the taper there. Then, I got this. No, it's not locked in place. Alright. So, there. Yeah. There we go. So now, as you can see, when I run it in, I got to start here and then work my way back to there. So I'm going to protect the long screw, whatever they call that thing. Alright, so here we go. And of course I will get some deflection of this because I don't have the tailstock holding it in place, but it doesn't matter because I'm just trying to put a taper on this. This one's kind of a heavy cut. Okay, and I gotta work my way backwards. Smooth it up a little bit. That should be sufficient taper. Just a little bit more. Just because. Okay. Well, we got it out there. I'm going to crank it in because I need to take the burr off the edge here. That does a good job. Now, one more thing that I've found that works really well for taking some of the coarseness out of the cut is to take just a flat file to it. It's not like it polishes it or anything, but it does smooth it up somewhat. Okay, for the purpose of that, it is smooth enough. Now, let's try that spring again. Yeah, here we are. And that should work really well. I can't, this spring it's a tough spring. I can't compress it much this way, but I believe it is all set to go. Next thing to do is drill that hole. You might even be able to see that hole here. Yeah, right here. And I have to drill it all the way through to the other side, right through the bolt. That's where the 6mm pin goes for the back end of the receiver tube to hold the spring guide in place in the tube. So that will be my next project. And once I get that done, then there's test fitting and assembly and all that happy stuff. So that's what I got for this video. So thanks for watching.